Welcome back, fellas. Let's put this in the ether. Um, for this video, I want to talk about what happened when you give female a lot of freedom and especially a lot of sexual freedom, sexual proliferation, liberations, all that stuff, and you give them all these access to all these venues when it comes to sex, right? And it's gonna lead to the majority of them making the wrong decision in life, using sex, right, as a casual thing. Casual sex. I don't think casual sex should not be normalized and should not perceived as a regular thing. To me, I think sex is a sacred thing between a man and a woman and should be left in the privacy of their bedrooms and not for anybody else to see. And when it goes beyond that, it most likely lead to the devastation of humanity, the devastation of mankind, the devastation of man and woman, especially the devastation of women, because when you use sex as a leverage in her life as a survival tactics, is most likely going to lead to her detriment, right? Her state of mind, her sanity, right? We already see this a lot of time when it comes to the pornography industry, the porn, right? A lot of women who's affiliated with these industry doesn't come out, let's say, lack of a better word, sane, right? They lose their mind. I mean, the outcome is usually not right, right? The outcome is usually devastating. It takes a toll on women. When women have to leverage their sex to survive, right? I don't think it should be a normal thing. And when you do it, people have regrets, resentment, remorse about what they did for it, right? And they might seem to be in denial. A lot of these women, right, who are in this industry, right, who favor these multiple partners, they may be in denial right now, right? You see themselves like, oh, it's not a bad thing, it's sexual freedom. But later on in life, they can see how much it is going to affect their lives, how much it's going to affect their romantic lifestyle, how much it's going to affect them finding a partner in life. Because men don't want a woman who's very promiscuous, practicing all these behavior, right? And in these day and age, sex has been glorified. Especially, it's been advertised to women, saying is a normal thing, is a you shouldn't be shame about it. In actuality, I think it should be the opposite. When it should not be normalized, and it should be frowned upon, right? When they're using the sex as leverage, when they're using the sex as a casual thing, right? There are consequences for your actions, and when you do these kind of things, right, there are about to be consequences. When I see this kind of things, right, I I see it's very shameful. Like, how can you not see it very shameful when you're selling your bodies out like that? When you're pimping yourself out like that? Basically, it's pimping, prostituting yourself out like that. For what? For cash, for money. I know it's a survival tactics, right? This is why I believe that most women out there, I mean, not women out there, right? When they're in the down and out situations, they have no choice but to use sexuality to survive. It's the oldest profession in history, right? They have to leverage that in order for them to survive. I don't want to say this in a disparaging way, but if you take everything else, right? If you take a woman's brain, because women in society, men do not value women because of who she is, how smart she is, what has she's accomplished. We don't value that in a woman. But what we do value in a woman is her purity, right? And her sex, right? So 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 I just want to say that's all they have to offer is their sex, right? And what makes them more a rare commodity if they're pure, right? This is why we advocate a purity lifestyle. Women have to have low body counts because since sex is the only thing that make them valuable, the purity of their sexual innocence will make them even more valuable. The less pure they are, the less valuable they are, right? It's a purity. It's like a car, right? A car with how mileage. A car as it is has a value, right? A value for transporting people is a tool, right? But the thing is, what makes a car more valuable is how many mileage of the car, right? A guy, not just a guy, people will gravitate more to a newer car than it is an older car. It's facts, right? I would want a newer car than an older car, right? I would at least likely inclined to get an older car because older car have more mileage. What does high mileage mean? It have more wear and tear, right? It is less dependable, less reliable on you, right? Compared to a newer car when it's never been driven before, right? That's why what I mean when it comes to purity, right? Not corrupted, right? And that's what makes guys attracted to women with low body counts because they're more pure and thus less corrupted by society, right? And this is why a guy don't normally go out and marry a prostitute, right? Or wifed up 304s because it's not optimal for a man to do that. And and I don't think women, right, is a proper practice for women to do because it doesn't serve a woman, right? When women sell their bodies, it does not serve them. They may seem like it helps them in the moment. I mean, it's a survival tactics. I admit that is their way to survive. But I just want to say that if that's the only option, I would suggest that try to do it less as often as possible, or try to refrain from doing it, right? As a man, right? Because that's basically selling yourself short in life, right? So this is how what men sees like this why men don't want a woman who have a high body counts, right? Because she's been jeopardized, she's been compromised, right? Doing all these stuff, and not only that, when she's sleep around with all these men, there are histories, and within those histories is a permanent debt, is a scarred, right? Not only that, it's hard for women to get over these scars. She will always remember all these bad things in her life, right? When you look at a porn star, right? There's no way of erasing her past. She will always have that memory, right? Look at Mia Khalifa. She will always be damaged. Um, what's the other one? Lana Rhodes, right? They will always be damaged. I mean, these women are already damaged, right? Already damaged. They already have history. They might say, "Oh, it's easy for them to forget," but in actuality, when you are fornicating, because fornicating is one of the most how do I say this? The most substantial activity a woman can do in her life, right? Right? I mean, you don't forget these stuff. You don't forget your first lover. You don't forget them. Women, they seem like they could forget all these men they sleep with, but in actuality, I think, right? I think women don't forget. They remember all the men who they sleep with, right? They remember. I mean, they might not know who the father is if they get pregnant because there's so many men, but for most of the situation, I think women remember who they sleep with, right? And because of the remembrance of who they sleep with, it's gonna leave all these scars, and this is what leads for them having the inability to connect with men, right? Not only that, on that subject, right? When they have all these partners, it's gonna jeopardize their ability to pair bond with another man. That means it's hard for them to connect with another man. That means, right, it's hard for them to um to 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 coexist with another man, and it's gonna leave more problems, right? They can't connect with people. They can't connect with a different man. That's why it's hard. That's why guys, understanding, they least likely to incline to get with a woman who have high body counts. So back to my point is that I don't think these activities that these sexual liberations serve women at all. It doesn't. If anything, it's nothing but a disadvantage for women, especially, right? For especially, I mean, it might be a positive for men because men get easy access to sex. That's see in a culture when sex is easily available, when sex is normalized, who ultimately benefit from this? The only group of people that only benefit from easy sex, right, is men, right? Women don't benefit this because when women practice these kind of behaviors, it leaves nothing but scars, emotional scars and physical scars, right? In their life, they can't recover from these kind of stuff, right? So, if anything, they're doing men a service, right? And the men who prey upon these kind of things, right? Those are the men that they don't need to be around with. Those are not high quality men who's controlled by sex. So, so back to my point, the sexual revolution, sexual proliferation, it only put women in a disadvantage. It doesn't put them in a leverage at all, right? They may seem like they put in leverage. It may seem like they empower women by making money and all that stuff, but those stuff are temporarily when it comes to their mental health. The mental health is permanent, right? Money, it comes and goes, right? You can make money the next minute. Later on in life, you could not make the money. Look at porn star, right? Or strippers, right? Older women don't make that much money. Only the younger women is beauty phase, right? But I digress. But the point is, I don't think sexual proliferation, liberation actually serve women. It put them in a disadvantage. But let me know if you agree. If I'm making sense, are you connecting what I'm saying, or you resonate what I'm saying? Let me know you agree. I might be wrong. I might be right. Whatever. But this is what I think. But leave a comment below if you like my videos. Like, share, subscribe. I drop videos daily. And on that note, guys, as always, peace and blessings.